Budget Magic time. Playing some all-in Shaman in Modern. Alright, this hand's actually pretty sweet. Depends on what our opponent has, but Emissary, Visionary, pretty strong. Well, Temple of Abandon, Mountain to the bottom, and pass the turn. So we just go with the explosive turn 2 and hope that that's good enough. Razor Verge and Ether Vial. Well, Forest, Burning Tree, adds mana. Burning Tree, adds mana. And then Visionary draws us a card. Ooh, a Tarka's Command. Tarka's Command is a pretty good one when you have 3 creatures on the battlefield on turn 2. And we even have a Bolt to take care of a creature. Temple Garden tapped. Opponent passes. Well, let's swing with everything. Play Fire Drinker Satyr, play a Forest, and pass the turn. Do we win next turn? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if our opponent has nothing, we would put them to 1. Overgrown 2 and tapped. And another Tarka's Command. Well, I think we're kind of going for it. We attack with everything. No blocks. Pump our team, do 3 damage. And pass the turn. And we have a board full of creatures and multiple burn spells in hand. Well, I mean, to be fair, our opponent mulled to 4. Or 5 or something. Maybe not 4. Flicker Wisp on Fire Drinker. Fine. Wasteland Strangler. Well, I mean, they're giving it a shot. It's just not really going to matter. Because we can just bolt our opponent's face. Well, I mean, the mulligan helped, but that was still a pretty explosive hand. Could bring in the Rex Sages, or some number of Rex Sages. We didn't even have a Rage Forger there. Let's just run it back. I don't really want to fight over Ether Vial. I think we just want to be the aggressor again. Alright. Not great, but Burning Tree gives us some mana fixing. I wish we had a red source. Well, Forest go. Hopefully we draw red mana. Marsh Flats cracks it. Godless Shrine untapped. And a Wall of Omens. Draws a card. Let's just Forest, Burning Tree Emissary. Add mana, Bosk Banneret, and pass the turn. So we did get a red source. It's tapped, which is kind of annoying, but it's still a red source. Another Wall of Omens. So our opponent's putting up some defense. I guess the Scry isn't horrible. Alright, they're going to path our Bosk Banneret, which actually isn't that bad. We get a Mountain, get another Bolt. Play Temple, get a Scry, Beast Caller, Savant. I think we want Rage Forgers and ways to get Rage Forgers. Our red mana situation suddenly better, though. Is this Wasteland Strangler? Ugh, that is annoying. Gonna kill our Burning Tree. Well, Fire Drinker, Temple. There's a Rage Forger. Put that on top. Pass the turn. Oath of Nissa. We don't really have that many creatures, though, unfortunately. Still, we're not going to pass on a Rage Forger. Opponent gets a Flicker Wisp. Tap land. And passes. Alright. Well, let's Rage Forger. Get a counter on Fire Drinker. Play a Forest. I don't really want to trade with Wasteland Strangler. I also don't really want to use my burn on that stuff, but I think we have to. Let's kill Wasteland Strangler. Attack with Fire Drinker. Get in a Rage Forger damage. And if our opponent blocks, we can just pump once to kill a wall. Alright, well, we're going to pump anyway. Opponent's down to 12, and we have a bunch of burn in hand, which is good. Oh, 4 mana. Worship. Oh my god. This will be interesting. Well, let's attack with both. Rage Forger our opponent. Problem is we don't have anything that causes loss of life. Pump. 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 Put our opponent to 3. Pass the turn. Siege Rhino, gonna gain our opponent back some life. Well, Temple of Abandon. Might as well keep Fauna Shaman. Let's attack with Fire Drinker. Put our opponent to 5. Pump Pump. Put our opponent to 1. I don't think Atarka's Command works against Worship. I don't think we have anything that works against Worship. Opponent gets in with Rhino. We drop to 7. I don't think we can kill all their creatures. I guess I should have brought in Rex Age. Another Rhino? Well, Atarka's Command. Keep our opponent at 1. Burning Tree, Emissary, Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. We're pretty dead here, though. We have to do just like super chump, and we can't really chump with Fire Drinker. Flicker Wisp, alright, that does it. Well, we're bringing in Rex Ages. Oh, Worship. Worship, Worship, Worship. I don't think we had any outs in our deck. Damage. Yeah. So, Rex Age, Rex Age, Rex Age. Burning Tree is just big. I guess we can go down Burning Trees. Yeah, we'll go down the Burning Trees. Could also bring in the Dismember to kill a Rhino. Is that worth it? If they start blinking Rhinos, that's pretty bad. We'll go down a Fire Drinker for a Dismember too. Try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. And this hand's pretty solid. This hand's actually pretty much the nut draw. Minus an additional land, but Flamegate Harbinger searches up our Rage Forger. Pass the turn. And we even got Worship covered with Rex Age, assuming we don't get hit by discard. Tap land. Well, Forest, Beastcaller Savant, attack with both. Put our opponent to 18, pass the turn. Forest. And there's the Wall of Omens. We draw. Ooh, land. Land is very good here. So we get to Rage Forger, put counters on our stuff, attack with both. Hit our opponent down to 16 from Rage Forger. And then they can block 1, so down to 14. Pass the turn. Verdant Catacombs. Cracks it. There's nothing in exile for a Wasteland Strangler. Godless Shrine untapped. Woo! Down to 11. Is this Flicker Wisp? Oh, Kitchen Finks. Kitchen Finks is a little annoying. We draw another land, unfortunately. So if we attack with everything, our opponent blocks with Kitchen Finks, kills one of our creatures, blocks with Wall of Omens. We could bolt the Finks, Atarka's Command, so our opponent doesn't gain, pump our team, attack with everything. But then we've used pretty much all of our burn. That's probably still the other problem is they could go land Siege Rhino to gain back life. But I really don't want to pass the turn. Alright. Bolt the Finks. In response to the trigger. Atarka's Command. That's not even worth it. Alright, our opponent just gains a life. We attack with everything. Hit our opponent back down to 13. Opponent blocks. Blocks. Now we just Atarka's Command. Pump our team, 3 damage. Get rid of the Finks. Opponent's down to 7. Pass the turn. Do they have a Rhino? That's the big question. If they do, that is probably a love. Oh, Sex Fetch. That means 4 mana. That means Siege Rhino. Yep, they're trying to play Siege Rhino but mistapped. I was hoping it was Worship. If it was Worship, we just win. But since it's Siege Rhino, we don't win. We draw a Bolt. Let's play him out and pass the turn. Now we need our opponent to like attack with Siege Rhino and not have more Siege Rhinos. Like tap out for Worship, attack with Siege Rhino. That's what we're hoping for. Hornet's Nest. Temple Garden, tapped. Another Rage Forger would win us the game as well. Oh! Oh my god. Rage Forger. Oh! I guess they could have Path here. If they don't have Path, then this wins us the game. Sweet! Now even if they Path, we win. Whoo! Rage Forger off the top. Through a Siege Rhino and a Kitchen Finks. Green-Red Shaman. Looks like the real deal. So now we just wait for these triggers to resolve. And then bolt our opponent's face. Even if they have a path, it doesn't matter now. Man, Rage Forger is so good. Our opponent gains so much life. And 2 Rage Forgers and a little bit of burn is enough. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, the magic number 3. Opponent blocks, blocks, blocks. Bolt. And... seriously? Our opponent has Cloud Shift? You gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. Oh, what a... oh my lord! I would have waited. I did not know this deck played Cloud Shift. Well, let's see if our opponent can get out of this. They got an Ophanissa. Blinking Rhino doesn't do it. They need to be able to kill our creatures. They get a Temple Garden. Worship doesn't do it. 1 blink of Rhino doesn't do it. They need to be able to kill a Rage Forger. Opponent gets in with the Rhino. What do you got? Oh, the blowout of Cloud Shift of all things. Well, if I had considered Cloud Shift as even a possibility, I would have played differently. Alright, there's Resto. If they have another Cloud Shift, I'm seriously going to cry. Resto, blink Siege Rhino. They need a path or an additional Cloud Shift. The fact that they're tanking makes me think that they might have to blink Wall of Omens to try to find a path. Alright, they're going to blink Rhino. If they seriously have a second Cloud Shift, oh my god. We draw Burning Tea. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Rage Forger triggers. Whoo! Through the Rhinos and the Angels. Oh my god. Well, I think we got him. Yes! Oh, what a ridiculous game. Oh my lord. Whew! Well, we keep getting there. This deck seems kind of legit-ish when our opponent isn't casting Anger of the Gods.